just going to start with a sponsor. Thank you. So if you use discount code BJJAsia, you'll get 10% off at fightaesthetic.asia. And that's including all products except from the legacy gi. So a quick shout out to Fight Aesthetic, or Aesthetic Southeast Asia for hooking us up. So this is technically episode number 5, but officially it's episode number 4. The first episode I ever done was with Jack Brown, but today I've got 2 special guests all the way in from Nepal. I got Diwiz, one of my teammates. He just had a successful event in Nepal, and he's the guy that organized Nepal Warrior Championships, which is like a new MMA organization. So he's basically the pioneer of MMA in Nepal, basically. And he runs Lock and Roll MMA / Jiu-Jitsu. I might as well just let them run with it, basically. So Diwiz, great to have you here. Great to have Rabindra here as well. So let's start with how you start with jiu-jitsu, stuff like that.
Well, first things first, man. Thank you so much, man, two of you, for having us, giving us this platform to speak our stuff, you know. And yeah, it feels kind of surreal. We got like a solid setup here, dude. I feel like I made it, kind of stuff. Like, sorry, what was the question, man?
Yeah. So how did you start in jiu-jitsu, man?
I was in college, bro. Like, it's kind of a long story, if you don't mind me.
No, go for it.
It was like 8 years ago. I was in Bangalore, India. I was doing my college there, and I used to play semi-professionally. I used to play football in Indian university level and stuff. But over a couple of months, I started getting injured, and I started having fights with my teammates and my coaches, because like our Hesdin match, I used to give like 100% every practice, every game, but these guys, you know, they don't care much. So I started having rift with them. Then I thought like team sport is not my thing. Then I just saw a random notice for an amateur kickboxing fight night, bro. I signed up with no training.
No
training, dude. I was like, this is how I want to make my statement. I'll just jump in. And I went to that amateur kickboxing match. The first fight, I somehow, I don't know how, dude. I can't even watch that video now, dude. I started like a drunk guy, dude. Flying knees and all that kind of stuff. Then second match, I thought that was over, bro.
Yeah.
Then the coach is like, you got a next match coming.
Jesus.
I'm like, shit. Then that guy, he broke my hand, bro. He kicked. Like, it was a Wusu guy.
Yeah.
And the fight, I clinched. We fell on the ground, but he did an armbar kind of thing on the ground.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't expect.
Yeah.
Popped my elbow right there, dude. And then they took me to the hospital. And one gentleman, one American guy, Rama, he visited me in the hospital, and he said, like, I see something in you. You should learn jiu-jitsu. That's where you want to go. And I knew what jiu-jitsu was. It was just, I was like 20, 21. I had no idea what jiu-jitsu was. And I jumped in to his offer. I used to travel almost like 2 hours every day, one way, 2 hours back, to just roll with this brown belt American from Seattle. Shout out to Rama Reddy, man. He introduced me to jiu-jitsu, and I learned for a year the basics of just shrimping, bridging, sprawling, all this kind of stuff. It was mainly no-gi.
Yeah.
And then I finished my college there within the year, and I was working for him a little bit as a kickboxing coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because over the year, I learned my kickboxing game also went like from 0 to super. Because I found myself, I was athletic enough to pick up techniques and apply them. And I got like balls deep into like martial arts then. And then I decided I got to do my master's to like studies, you know. And then I looked up Thailand. I gotta go learn some Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, and according to my budget, like Thailand was the most suitable one. And then I looked up Google, and the first thing that came up was Arade, dude.
Shout out to Arade.
Shout out to Arade. Then I like shortlisted a couple of gyms, 3-4 gyms. I scouted each one. As the first thing I did, I landed in Thailand was go to BJJ gyms. I didn't even care about where I was staying, how I was staying, which college I was staying. Like, fuck that.
Just visited all the gyms. So how long did you spend at each gym, or did you just try like a trial class?
Just one day, bro. One day each. But the first day I came to Arade, I saw the Arade at Buy a House one.
Yeah.
Right? Then I called PK. I saw the number, English number was PK. I called him. I said, hey, I gotta join you guys. And I remember PK saying, come to this. And the first class, I fell in love with Arade. I felt like I fit right in. Don't need to look for any place else. Just narrow down. And all shout out to Arade and all the coaches and the teammates in Arade, bro. Like what I'm trying to do back home in Nepal with the team, with this guy, with the culture there, you know, it's a very small pocket in the world. But if it was not for Arade and all the coaches out of Arade and the teammates I learned, bro, I would not be possible to do it. So all props to Arade and the journey we've had together so far.
So what was the process of like establishing Lock and Roll like?
Bro, like my visa as a student, it finished right 1 month before the pandemic shut the whole world down.
So it was like February
2020.
2020,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I went back. As soon as I went back, I thought I was gonna come back, you know. I'm gonna extend my visa, gonna come back here and keep training, you know. But I had the chance to fight a Muay Thai fight in Nepal. I just took it, and somehow I managed to win it. Like, and then people started liking like how I was able to converse myself to the Nepalese youth, you know. So when the pandemic hit, this gym, Tony, his name is Tony, he told me like, you can have the key, don't let the cops outside see that the building is open. Like we have a gym at the roof, right? So no one really finds out. So I said like, okay, my brother, he's a blue belt too right now. He's just 20-year-old. Him and I used to just start rolling every day. Start with carpets on concrete, bro. Like legit Tibetan carpets, bro, like this, something like this.
Yeah.
Like crazy. And then somehow we managed to get mats, and yeah, there's no looking back after that. Then 1 + 2, 2 +, and somehow this guy found us. He came, and the quality of training also started improving, and each session like one more added. Now we are like 40, 50 people.
Yeah. And you've gotten like a new location as well,
sir.
right?
Like we have 2 locations right now.
Yeah.
So one is like in the rooftop. The second one is more not just jiu-jitsu. The second one is more MMA based, bro.
Yeah.
So the one at Pump
It's like more jiu-jitsu based, and then
grappling based.
the other bigger
ones,
locations
yes,
like
sir.
MMA. Well, it's everything
MMA,
basically.
Yeah, MMA
Yeah.
based.
Man. So that's like because of the pandemic, you end up getting forced into kind of establishing something else in Nepal.
Yes, sir. Like people complain about pandemic, like messing their life rhythm up.
Pretty damn life changing for you.
So, like I have no complaint. I wish another pandemic comes along, bro. So, like, not gonna go, but I don't do it. I'm ready, you know.
Yeah, man. So then, so you're establishing this kind of like Lock and Roll MMA Jiu-Jitsu team, and then so tell me how Rabindra fits into this.
So Lock and Roll, I had no clue where we were, what direction we were heading into. It was just me and my brother. Like I said, we were like, okay, let's just call it. Because I had the name Lock and Roll when I was living in Thailand itself.
Yeah.
I had a page set up. I had no location, no team.
Yeah, but you had the name.
I had the name Lock and Roll down. Like, okay, one day I might have a gym, and you know, I'm gonna call it Lock and fucking Roll. You know, like I don't care about what anybody says. And then as soon as no mats, no gym, but we're still Lock and Roll. Like, and then we. And somehow after maybe almost 6 months, me and my brother and other guys were messing around every day. This guy just shows up one day. And you know, when a guy just shows up, we started rolling.
Yep.
And this guy was like good wrestling base. Like, a little dicey on his jiu-jitsu, but his wrestling base was like solid. Like, then I started looking him up. He didn't say much. He didn't say he was a fighter already. Like he was an amateur career. He was already a professional MMA fighter in India.
Right.
His story is like crazy, bro. I don't want to like, I let him say his piece. Like, so I started looking him up, his background, where he comes from, his family and everything. And I was like, what? I didn't know there was a professional MMA fighter out of Nepalese origin, like doing his stuff. And then we rolled, and maybe as a coach also, I gained his respect a little bit. And then he told me one day that he wanted to link with me and work as a team, and I was more than happy to, you know, be hungry because I was an amateur coach too. He's a professional fighter.
Yeah.
I'm an amateur coach, right? I need to step up my game. I saw his videos and everything, all the fights he's had. I was like, this guy is like crazy. Like, okay, I need to step up. And yeah, we started working together. First things first, we need to trust each other.
Yeah.
So that only comes on the mats. So we started doing techniques, started talking every day, and like it just added, and more people, more amateur, more young guys who are like under even like 16, 17, 18, 19, young guys started following his path and getting into more into amateur MMA. And yeah, now he's the flag bearer of, definitely the flag bearer of Nepalese MMA around the world. And there are some Nepalese MMA fighters, but they train out of UK or like Bali or Bahrain, UAE, you know, but they really don't train out of Nepal. They've moved out of Nepal to better gyms.
Yeah.
But this guy, he's like, he wants to come out of Nepal.
Wants to be homegrown.
Yeah,
basically.
homegrown. And the people like that too. You know, like homegrown fighter rather than somebody from abroad. So that's how he stands right now. He's getting, people are understanding his name, what he does. There's like story being built on him, proper support. There's a documentary on him coming out soon.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, his training in Thailand this month is going to be featured in the documentary too. Also Arate and stuff. So hopefully people, you know.
All right. So how do you want to tell him story? He can speak it. He can speak it in the mic, and then you can translate for him.
कसरी भन्छस्
Yeah.
अब सरी मेरो इङ्ग्लिस चाहिँ राम्रो छ नि त्यही भएर
अलिक ठुलो बोल्न यसो एक दुई लाइन भन् कि म इट्स ओके हिल से अ फ्यु लाइन्स आई ट्रान्सलेट फ्यु लाइन्स
Yeah, sure, no problem.
फर्स्टमा म जब 15-16 इयरको थिएँ अनि म काम गर्न इन्डिया गयो अनि काम गर्दा गर्दै मैले चाहिँ जस जिम देख्यो एमएमए को लाइक कराटे एमएमए अनि म त्यसमा जोइन
So when he was like 15, 16, after he finished his 10th grade, he comes from a very rural place, bro. No jobs, nothing. You have to go to India, the neighboring country, to get work. Right? So he left his home and he went to India looking to train.
अनि जिममा गइसकेपछि अनि त्यहाँ ट्रेनिङ गर्न थालेँ अनि ट्रेनिङ गर्दा गर्दै पहिला चाहिँ कराटे गरिरहेको थिएँ कि 3-4 मन्थ पछि चाहिँ अब त्यहाँको कोचले चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ अब एमएमए गर भनेर अनि म चाहिँ एमएमए ट्रेनिङ गर्न थालेँ अनि फाइटहरू चाहिँ त्यहाँबाट सुरु भयो.
So like when he went initially, he had no clue he was going to be a fighter. No clue. He just knew that he wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
I swear that's what he said. Like he had no clue he wanted to be a fighter. But something deep inside him was like, my life is not for like just breaking stones and lifting telephone poles and stuff. He was doing the manual labor work.
Said he started when he was 11, right?
Yeah. So then someday he entered a karate gym. Like he had no clue what MMA is, bro.
Yeah.
So he jumped into a karate gym. Then that's how he got introduced to.
अनि त्यहाँ फाइटहरू भयो अनि फाइटहरू खेल्दै गयो एमेच्योर फाइटर अनि
He got a lot of amateur fights straight away. His coach saw the potential in him, got into amateur in India.
इन्डियन नेसनल एमेच्योरमा पार्टिसिपेट गर्दा त्यसमा गोल्ड.
Yeah, as a Nepalese citizen, he fought in India's national level MMA. Amateur, and he came up first. And he was selected in the world level too, but since his passport was Nepalese, he could not go represent India.
Right.
And in Nepal, like at that time, there was no MMA.
Yeah.
So he was stuck in the middle. Like,
yeah.
As an amateur, you've won, but you cannot represent India, or else he'll have to give up his Nepalese passport, which he did not want to do.
No.
So
then I started प्रोफेसनल एमएमए अनि प्रो 2-3 प्रो खेल्यो अनि त्यहाँपछि चाहिँ इन्डियामा त्यस्तो राम्रो देखेन अनि चाहिँ ब्याक टु नेपाल बाहिर जानलाई चाहिँ.
So after almost like 15 amateur fights, he didn't see any prospect in fighting more amateur, even though he wanted to. Then he said like, screw it, let's just go pro. Then he jumped into professional fights directly. And after fighting at least 3-4 times professional MMA in India, he felt he didn't have the proper support system there in India as training. And like people out there are a little like communalist, you know, communal, like just think about Indian people.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, screw it. I'll go back to Nepal and probably go to UAE or some place to work.
Yeah.
And
then train at the same time.
That's where he came back to Nepal.
Okay. And then you guys got hooked up. Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, when I met him, he already had 4 professional fights. 3. And after we met, he has another 3 professional fights.
Yeah.
So
And those 3 fights have been in Nepal.
No, bro. All in India and stuff. He's fought in front of almost 25,000 people at one event. The Indian
right.
MMA scene is coming up pretty good right now, bro. Since there's like few fighters, and there's one fighter in UFC right now. So they're breaking doors. They have good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling. It's just Indian fighters striking is a little backward. Grappling is good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, I've seen them wrestle. I've seen them jiu-jitsu. They're like nerds like us, bro. Like they can only talk jiu-jitsu and stuff, but their striking is a little bit backwards in Indian MMA.
Yeah. Why is that, do you think?
And I feel they don't like getting hit in the face, bro. There's a different.
They don't like getting hit. But they do
like-
karate and stuff like that. Oh, but karate, you don't hit the face,
No,
right?
no.
Right, okay.
Right. You only kick the face, like you don't punch the face. So yeah, Indian people, no offense, they don't like when you hit a good wrestler, punch a good wrestler in the face, they forget their wrestling. Like the Indian, like the ones I've seen at least.
Yeah.
But last 5 years, there's a few good ones coming around from Nagaland, from all these, like I don't want to use this word, but like us, a little chinky looking Indians.
Yeah.
So Indians are also India's a big country, bro. Some mainland Indian people, like the traditional, you imagine an Indian person, those are from the mainland. But the Indians that come from the Myanmar side border, like Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, those who look like Nepalese and Burmese people, right?
Yeah.
They look the same. Those guys are like good, bro. Like I really have much respect for those guys. And you see them next 5 years, all the Indian fighters will come out from that region, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys are good. Whereas the mainland Indian guys are strictly a little grappling based. Not like still, I don't feel they can.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is actually quite popular in India.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got there's a gym called Rain, and those guys come in for the ADCC occasionally with the teams, and they do pretty well. There's another one called like Institute of Jiu-Jitsu.
Bangalore.
Yeah.
That's I think the best jiu-jitsu in India is from Institute IJJ.
Yeah, I saw a few of those guys competing at the first ADCC down in Phuket. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the Rain guys as well, and then they're just starting out like a national team as well for jiu-jitsu as well. Pretty crazy.
I know most of the Indian jiu-jitsu scene guys, we are acquaintances, and they're good, bro. Like to be good in jiu-jitsu, you have to be kind of a nerd, bro. Like you have to.
Yeah, it's cerebral sport. Yeah.
Like those guys are not afraid of the hard work to put and their mind, like cerebral process behind jiu-jitsu. And I've seen how they think, and as a team they perform. I learn a lot from those guys. So yeah, IJJ. There's one in Delhi that's called Cross Train.
I heard of them.
Cross
Yeah.
Train. Yep, Sid. He's a brown belt too. And then there's another one, Rebel MMA. Yeah, around these. There are a few handful, but good ones, bro.
So then, how did NWC or Nepal Warrior Championships come about?
Desperation, bro.
Desperation.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get Nepalese
Yes, sir. Like,
guys to fight,
yes,
basically.
yes.
Right.
Because our team grew all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, over 1 year, I started having like good prospects, at least 10 different amateur, besides him, 10 different amateur fighters who are like hungry, average age like 20, perfect 20. So good time for. Then I started asking for amateur competitions in India and stuff, and nobody started replying us like properly, you know. So I was like, okay, I gotta take hands into my own matter and like spread out my resources and networking over building a brand of Nepalese Warrior Championship, NWC. And then I was like, Nepal has never had a professional MMA fight ever in its history.
Yeah.
So Nepal is only known for its boxing, karate, taekwondo, judo. So these four. We have competed in Asian level, Olympic level too, in judo and stuff, but no MMA, or no wrestling, no jiu-jitsu, nothing. So the Nepalese crowd is still uneducated about what MMA really is, and I take it upon myself as my life goal to make them understand that the world has evolved to MMA, right? There's no boxing only, and it's dying. Like, we gotta accept that. And the sooner we accept it, the better it is for our fighters and our pride of our country too. So I got together with this, my partner Mahendra. He is he's an MMA nerd too, like us. So we got together and built a team and started building a card around this guy as the main event. And he's only fought in India. He's never fought in Nepal, in his home country. So it's a different pressure for him. Like his home country, he's always fought as the away side, but never as the home side. So we had this documentary going on too. We went to his home. So we climaxed it, trying to make it like that main event, bring it to the fight. So I was working with Nepal's most single-handedly Nepal's biggest YouTuber, Sisan Bania. Like he jumped on board, found our story. He's like, I'll help you guys propel through his platform, get sponsorships, make the documentary, you know. So big shout out to him as well for helping us. And he helped us. Then the momentum just hit like that. Then I had to sit down, build a team. Like, you know, I have a friend like Taka right here, you know, who does everything behind the scene. Like, and I just got to sit there and chat away, you know, express my views and the direction we should be taking. Whereas my team, Sanjay, he takes care of everything else. Then we had to go build a commission from scratch.
Like an athletic commission for MMA, right?
MMA.
Damn, yeah.
I didn't want to be part of that. I didn't want to have anybody say like, oh, that fucker, he's a biased guy. Like, so I independently, I told a few people, okay, you guys please build a commission. I'll stay furthest away from it. Build referees. I invited a few Indian referees to give seminars, this and that. And a lot of, dude, like running after sponsorships was like the hardest thing I've ever have to do in my life, bro. Like, I felt like I was begging everywhere, man. You know, but I love the process.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but
good learning experience
it's
as well.
a great learning. I was trying to do everything hands-on, like this, that, t-shirts, the cage. Thankfully, my partner, he has a vision of the production side at least, like getting the cage, getting the cameras, getting the like journalists, getting everything. You think about lights, sound, the fog machine, like everything, bro. Like my partner, and he did it while I could just focus on matchmaking, inviting proper Indian fighters. I wanted it to make like an India versus Nepal, like 7 fights, first ever professional MMA card. Let's make it like inter-country, dude. Like let's get all that storyline going, like how we don't like Indians much. You know what I'm saying? The Nepalese people don't like Indians. I just hate to say it, but like that's how it is. Because like India always trying to big brother us types.
Yeah.
Like politically. So that's a good narrative
story,
to run with, right? So we were trying to do that and it worked to some extent. So gathered a lot of interest. But unfortunately, the first event, it was no tickets, bro. It was like an intimate, like that UFC Apex types, just invites only. So I strategically invited potential sponsors for the next event. Just wanted to see them what a real MMA is. Current sponsors. Some like local celebrity kind of stuff who's gonna help us like, you know, network, like market the noise a little bit. And the medical team, the media team, the journalists, all the stuff, very intimate scene. There was like maximum 150 people. There was like beers flowing here and there. So it was like not too crazy, bro. Nepalese people, if you give them too much liberty, they'll start fighting in the crowd, man. I can't take that risk, man. First fight, they're like, I don't want an NWC and Nepal Warrior Championship, a brand, first impression being like, oh, these guys are a bunch of hooligans, like trying to mess shit up first. So rather keep it very controlled. And it was kind of a success. Rabindra fought first. Yeah, he won that guy. And yeah, it was a success. Now we're looking forward to the second one too. Yeah, I hope to. My next goal is to bring some Thai fighter back to Nepal, bro. We have a kickboxer who, bro, he's Nepal's best kickboxer, and I need some help with you from you too, bro. Okay. I want to make this guy, bring him to like MMA. He's a Kyokushin fighter, bro. He's fought all over Japan. Like he's really good kickboxer, right? But his ground game is a little sus for now. We're working on it. I want him to fight like a Thai fighter, kickboxer types in the MMA rule set. Right. Like a little gentleman's agreement, like let's stand and bang types. Yeah. So I'm silently in a hunt for one too.
You want to kind of put that in the next NWC card, basically.
As a main event. Right. So like MMA rule set, but let these guys stand and bang. Like.
So with MMA gloves on. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. That's where I hope to have you there
Yeah.
too, bro, as a guest.
So, my question is, why do you have so much faith in him? I saw a clip and you're like, I don't know, I don't think anybody can beat him.
I didn't mean to say anyone can beat him.
Yeah.
I meant to say we cannot lose, bro.
Yeah. You did say that, so that was my mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll lose someday. No, sure, but it's just I've seen this. He has a grit in him. Like, just to bring prospect right now, he understands English, alright. It's just like he cannot speak back. Like, I've gone to his home, bro, where he comes from. Like, people speak a lot about like the mountains of this and that, bro. He literally comes from a place where there's nothing, no electricity. He has to go. He's a shepherd when he was a kid, and just the manual labor he came up doing. No one has the conditioning, bro. More than that, his mind is bulletproof, bro. Like this is all winning. Even if he does not fight from today forward, he's already won in life. Because from where he's come to where he's right now, to even being able to come in Arate and get a session in, he already feels like. I already feel like he's flip-sided his life already. Yeah. But he's hungry.
He wants more.
He's super disciplined, bro. First guy in the gym, last guy out. You know, he can teach also really well. He's not just, he can really teach. I've seen him teach like private training, like kids, boxing, kickboxing stuff. And he can really teach. He's all about this life. And it's something I could never be. And I've seen him where he comes from and his parents, how much they've sacrificed, how much he has sacrificed. He has like 2 sisters. He looks after them, pays for their schooling and stuff. And the amount of pressure he lives every day. Like 15 minutes in a cage is nothing, I feel. And that's the life he's chosen now, to go down that path to show like what he's made up of. And the faith, it's very naturally, it's not fake, that the faith I've put him as a coach and stuff. And I know someday there'll come a day where the expertise that I have will be limited and he'll need to move on to like bigger gyms, bigger coaches for camps at least. So that's why we are here now in Thailand to get exactly. I wanted him to meet you guys so you guys could see and point us to the right direction of training MMA in this beautiful country and culture of Thailand, bro. I love fucking Thailand, bro. I don't know what to say, man. Like, yeah, we're just trying to give him that Thai bug right here.
So this first trip around, you guys are going to be here for roughly like a month, right?
Yeah, exactly a month. Yeah. This is our 3rd day here, bro.
And the next plan is probably head down to Fairtex and check that out, right?
Yes, sir.
And just measure up how you guys are.
Sir. Swim with the sharks, like out there, the professional fighters, and if you get a chance, like proper coaching too. Me, myself, I need to learn a lot as a MMA coach, like what's needed so I can go back and teach the amateurs the same. Like,
so like you're here for a study trip instead of like being like studying as a fighter, you're studying as a coach, so you can bring that kind of knowledge back to
that has
lock
been
and roll.
the biggest transition, bro. Like I feel like you can empathize with
100%, I can, yeah.
Like, there's come a point like now I'm 28, like I'll be turning 28 this October. So I feel like me as trying to be supposedly like a young coach, hands-on coach, I can have a bigger impact as a coach on the overall growing culture in Nepal rather than, because if I am to be a fighter, I grew up, I thought I'll be a fighter. I'll just compete.
Yeah.
I'm not going to care about anybody else. Just me. I'm just going to think about me. But over the pandemic, that completely changed.
Yeah.
So I started getting a little more selfless. Started thinking. Then suddenly I realized it's not about me anymore. That time has passed now.
I think though, generally, if you transition to the coach, that means probably at this current junction of Nepalese MMA, probably it's going to be more rewarding being what you're doing or you transitioning to a coach. And I think overall, you're going to affect the overall landscape than being an actual fighter, right? Yeah.
That's what I felt. So I have to, because if I half-ass 1 or 2, I feel I'll be like neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So if I gotta be a competitor, I gotta be 100% competitor. While if I gotta be a coach, I gotta use the same energy and the grit in coaching. So
what's been like the biggest, like in terms of the transitioning from like trying to be a fighter to trying to be a coach, what do you think the most challenging aspect of that has been trying to support the team? Has it been trying to learn how to coach better? Has it been trying to organize classes?
Again, going back to Arade, if I wouldn't have come to Arade, I don't think I would have had the seed planted in me to be a good coach, because all the coaches I've encountered so far, I can go off, take their names, but you all know who they are. I've picked up a little bit from everybody, from Andrew, from you, from PK, from Achilles to Taco, like everybody I can name. Little bit. And I've added my own flavor.
Yeah.
Rather than not just the technique, but even when some new one walks in the door, I'm like, yo, bro, just keep it very light. Nothing serious, bro. I don't start the gym culture by saying this fighters only.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Arade,
everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome. Just come. Then within a month, we can find out whether you are here for fitness, self-defense, or you want to compete. So these three, I categorize them and treat them accordingly. So that was the first challenge, to see who fits where, and trying to set a theme and tone to a lock and roll.
Yeah.
It's kind of laid back types. It's nothing serious, but we do focus a lot on discipline. Discipline is number one. Trying to instill that discipline, punctuality.
Yeah.
Trying not to injure anybody. Like when someone new comes, everyone's super. No toxic environment at the gym, and just basically I've learned whatever from you guys. I've tried to copy paste that with my own style a little bit.
Yeah.
The Nepalese attitude a little bit, and beside that, the challenges, I would say, it's it was all in dark. It's still in darkness, where we are back home, with MMA and stuff. So every day is a new. We're just walking. We're like a blind person, just feeling and walking down the alley, and whatever we meet, we take it on from there.
So in terms of gyms in Nepal right now, I mean, you guys are based in Kathmandu, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you guys have lock and rolls. You have one jiu-jitsu location, basically. That's the pump, right?
Yes.
Yeah, on the top floor, and then you have that new MMA facility. Is there other different gyms?
There are over the top of my head, including our कतिवटा छ total MMA गर्ने जिमहरु काठमाडौँमा अहिले 4वटा counting including ours 4
gyms.
4 MMA gyms.
All right, so it is kind of growing there.
It is kind of growing. So in-house competitions growing. So
yeah. It'd be good if you guys get an in-house competition for for jiu-jitsu as well.
We had one, bro.
Yeah.
Did
you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I tried to do it. Bro, I was the referee. I was like, what am I doing here, bro? It was weird. No, we have a brown belt. His name is Richard Mearns. Shout out to Richard. Right? He's from the UK. He fought in Cage Warriors and stuff. He's a professional MMA fighter too.
Yeah.
He has moved to Kathmandu to in a way to, let's say, compete with us. So we compete in all fairness. We need competition.
Yeah.
Or else we're just gonna be what? There's no one to compete. We'll be too over lackadaisical attitude.
Yeah.
We need somebody to push us. So shout out to these gyms out there in Kathmandu. They help push us, and they're doing their own thing in their part of the city. We are doing our part of the city and driving each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you guys are planning on having another fight card in November, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So is it going to be another India versus?
No, not this time.
Make it more international this time.
Yeah, trying to make it more international or local.
Or local.
We want. There's a different city called Pokhara in Kathmandu in Nepal, which is the most beautiful city. Most tourists come to Nepal to visit.
It's called
Pokhara.
Pokhara.
Yeah, Pokhara. Bro, if you and Saga come to Nepal, bro, I'll take you guys there. I'm kid you not, bro. That's
What do you think?
Bro, you think
November? We can do a docu-series there, man.
Bro, there's no thinking. You just book a flight, Thai Smile, Thai Smile, direct flight, thrice a week is right there. I'll be at the airport right there waiting for you guys. It'll be an honor to. I've always said that, Mac. Two of you look like guys who would really enjoy Nepal, man. Yeah. It takes a certain kind of person to enjoy Nepal. If you like mountains and scenery, you first land in Kathmandu. Then it's a 6-hour drive from there, and through the hills and valleys and rivers, you reach Pokhara, which is the most beautiful city in Nepal. So all the treks, 90% of the treks that the tourists come to Nepal for,
Oh, really?
start from there. But not Everest though. Everest is the different.
Yeah.
But there are other trekking routes and mountains you can see. But Nepal is a very tourist-heavy place for backpackers and trekkers mainly. And yeah, so if you guys are about that, then.
So what do you think, apart from the whole MMA scene as well, in terms of how would you like to see the jiu-jitsu scene in Nepal grow?
I recently, bro, I love the gi, man.
Yeah.
Like that's something that's something I have like slowly like, cause I don't have anybody to train gi with back home. I do have, unless I meet Richard once a month. He's a brown belt too, and we roll in gis. But every day we are doing basic wrestling, basic no-gi stuff. And I feel, oh man, like I gotta move. I need to start gi classes soon. So at least whatever I know, I can teach these guys the basics and become super sharp with the basics. So recently we ordered a few gis, like 15 gis from China. I don't know where they came from.
Yeah, it's a challenge trying to source stuff, right? Yeah.
And now people are slowly, once a week, twice a week, we do gi stuff. But this guy doesn't do gi.
No.
So only no gi and stuff. So I would love for gi to grow, but it's gonna take some time. Right now, we just wanna, because I started with no gi too. And later on, once I came to Thailand, I started doing gi. But my basics were all from no gi. So I'm trying to give them the same path. Like start with no gi. Once you know basic positions and stuff, then the transitioning to the grips is not a big of a transition, learning the grips and stuff. Whereas if you start with gi, going back to underhooks and overhooks
Can be difficult, yeah.
Right? So I feel no gi to gi is a better transition than if you want to be an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
But predominantly if you are focusing more on the grips, then you'll be lost, is what I feel.
So, see, I was speaking to them, a couple of guys from India, and regarding getting gis, right? I completely forgot that India and Pakistan don't get along. I completely forgot about it. So we're talking about gis, and I was like, well, we can't get gis from Pakistan. But Indians can, because like 90% of the gi production is in Pakistan.
Yep.
Showy Roll Kings, whatever you want to call it, every single brand comes from Pakistan. And I was like, we can't get gis from there. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you guys don't get along. Is it the same problem with you guys?
From Pakistan?
Yeah,
similar. Because Nepal uses all the ports that Nepal uses the Indian ports. So
Right.
it's a landlocked country, right?
Yeah.
So all the ports, because even to get stuff from China, it's really difficult because China is the other part of the Himalayas. So there's no road or trains that come from China.
Yeah.
So I feel like if there was no fucking, excuse my language, but if there's no freaking Himalayas, bro, China would we would be another Tibet.
Yeah.
It's just the Himalayas saved us from the Chinese invasion, bro. Like, I'll be speaking in fucking Cantonese right now.
Yeah. Shit.
Whereas, so it's very political, man. You need to understand we come from a very politically sandwiched country between India and China, right? So we get big brothered by both sides, culturally affected by both sides. India from the south, China from the north. And they have their own politics going, their own secret service stuff going in Kathmandu.
Yeah.
Bro, there's like political assassinations in Kathmandu of the Chinese spy. Some Indian raw agent is killing Chinese. It's crazy land, Kathmandu, man. All money laundering, you name it, man.
Yeah.
So the key players, China, Pakistan, India, they fight their battle in Nepal. I'm not starting a conspiracy. This is all documented stuff.
Yeah.
And we are just in the middle. So like trying to outsource this and that becomes extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of saw something similar when I was checking out the MMA scene in Myanmar as well. I was stuck there for 3 years, right? Very challenging.
Bro, like I followed your journey all the way through when you were in Myanmar and stuff. And I was kind of trying to model my own journey after yours, like what you were trying to do in Myanmar with that gym there, BJJ Myanmar. Bro, I'm not even kidding, man. I used to watch your stuff diligently, right? And I'm like, shit, okay, even if I do like 10% of what you're trying to do, like, so yeah, man, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was challenging, bro.
But it's kind of sad to hear what's happening in Myanmar and stuff right now with all the political stuff going on.
I mean, one of the guys got bombed, and now he's in prison. Is like basically there's that big guy Ongla from, but he moved to he moved to Florida, and then there's another fighter called Poto.
Yeah, he was there in that Fight World.
Yeah, he was.
That.
So he was fighting, and then as soon as like I remember February 1st, the coup happens. All the internet dies. I get a phone call from one of these kids that are like military tied. It didn't really matter at the time because it was democracy. He calls me up and says, "Don't go outside today." I'm like,
and you were in Thailand that time?
No, I was in Myanmar during lockdown. Yeah. So then the coup happened, and we can't do anything. So I go down to that Poto guy's. He opens a gym in like a national park. So I'm there every morning. Like he says, "Okay, you come down, train for free, do a couple of jiu-jitsu rounds if you want." One of his other fighters, Sai, was in like the One Warrior series, the amateur like kind of like feeder, and he was
even like Pota was in one, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had that big skull tattoo, big tall guy. Both of his brothers were like national soccer players as well. Yeah. They're all arrested. Poto himself got bombed. They're still in prison, yeah, or they're still under military control. And then his other like little brother fighter, not little brother, but like the other fighter Sai that I was really good friends with. He's now in the jungle, and he's a freedom fighter. So it's like, he traded MMA gloves with like, an assault rifle basically.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Can't even empathize what they're going through, bro.
Different level, bro.
Even the recent one, Letway fighter died too, right? Toto or someone.
Yeah, another guy, he got executed, yeah.
Oh my god.
There's thousands of political prisoners still in prison over there right now. Yeah. But it's getting kind of crazy, like for example, the license plates have changed so they're easier to track. They just came out. So they used to. So the national currency is chat. So there's no coins. It starts from 50 all the way to 10,000. But then they just started releasing the 20,000 chat note. So everyone's panicking. All the people are trying to take cash out because they don't know how valuable these the chat like to dollar ratio fluctuates like crazy. It used to be roughly around 1,500 chat for $1. Now it's gone up to like 3,000, so the chat's basically useless, So inflation's crazy as well. Yeah, it's crazy. But the problem with Myanmar is, right, each region has their own tribes. But it used to be a British colony, so now you have all these different tribes. And then you have the military that owns a central area, but then all the outside tribes are like, okay, no. Well, and it sounds like the military is losing control. It sounds like it, but I can't say for sure. I've got a friend that used to live there, a British journalist. He's going in and out, checking out, doing articles, and like all the warriors fighting against the military and stuff like that.
Bro, you had a friend I met who was living in Myanmar too. What's the name? Singaporean guy. He used to work with like the Letway.
Gerald, right? Gerald, yeah.
He's not there anymore.
No, well, political situation got bad. There's lockdowns, obviously, and obviously there's no Letway, so he can't really manage it. So he moved back. I think he moved back to Singapore for a while. He got married, and I think he's doing something in Singapore now. But he used to work for One as well. Yeah.
I had the chance to meet him in Vietnam, and we got talking. That's how I got introduced to him.
Wasn't that the competition that we all went? Yeah. I remember that competition.
Dude, that was like crazy, bro.
It was awesome, man. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with the next fight card? Do you think you're going to try and organize it in November? You're going to try and get a whole bunch of international people in. You're going to try like a striking match as well in the cage.
Yeah, striking match with MMA rule set.
Yeah.
I want to have like it's hard to say, but I want to have like a striking exhibition in an MMA rule set. But like this guy, we are trying to get him into a World One. Like the path should be towards the one. That's always been our goal from day one. Get to one. Like just get to one.
Yeah.
Wake us up in the middle of the night, get to one. Like, so we're here trying to get to know people and stuff. And I am committed in two different directions as his coach and manager. That's a separate one. But as a whole coach of a gym and a promoter, that's a whole different separate one. Sometimes I have conflict of interest too. I need to manage that first things first. I cannot do everything. Like I need to build a team where I can have people to delegate certain responsibilities. But I understand that it comes with time. I need to micromanage everything for the next couple of years. Then when everyone's up to a certain speed, like, okay, then I can delegate stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, yeah, hopefully we can announce by the end of August our next event. Technically, it'll be early November.
Right.
And
Have to book flights.
yeah, early November, the sweetest month for the best climate in Nepal, bro.
Yeah?
It's November, bro. That's where all the birds come out. You know what I'm saying, bro? like real birds, bro.
Yeah.
Like and looking to get 7 fights. That's the golden number. 7 fights, 5 amateur fights, 2 professional fights. That's the skeletal system. Like we're trying to go for the next 3 years. 2 events per year minimum. 2 events per year. Not being too ambitious too. 2 events per year. 1 in the summertime, 1 in the autumn time, and 3-year plan at a time.
Yeah.
And while this guy is like on the side, I feel he should already be competing in the Asian level, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's no need for him to be competing in Nepal or in India anymore. So I need to make sure he's getting the right direction while we as an amateur promotion team and an amateur coach, we are going simultaneously hand in hand. So there are 2 different directions, and obviously the direction is to get to one someday.
All right. Usually closer to the end of the podcast, basically I do kind of like a rapid fire quiz, right? I did it for the first time last week with the Carpe Diem Bangkok guy. It was pretty funny because the questions are pretty. Some of it you can get like controversial answers, right? So I'll do.
Oh, we are already at the end of the podcast.
No, not yet. No, but I wanted since I'm going to do both of you, I just want to ask you both, right? So I'll start with the questions, and I want to see what your answers are. It starts super simple, and then it'll kind of like go down to some more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to do a question, answer, or do you want to do all the questions yourself first, and then he can do it? You want to just do answer each?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Question answer. Tole. One question, one answer.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Texting or talking?
Voice messaging.
Voice messaging.
Yeah.
All right. Good answer. What about you? Texting. Okay. All right. Texting. Yeah. So tea or coffee?
Coffee, bro.
Neither. No.
He doesn't do caffeine, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I kind of thought that. I don't know why. I kind of thought that's probably yeah. All right. Gi or no gi?
Gi, man. I love the gi.
No gi, of course, no gi. All right. New wave or B team?
I like the banter in like B team.
Yeah.
I I feel like new wave is like they're awesome, you know, they're awesome, but they're too serious, bro. They're like reminds me of my granddad, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of instruction, Danaher or Lachlan?
Danaher, bro.
Danaher. Yeah.
Even though I sometimes listen to him to go to sleep at night. Like seriously, bro. Like that's some ASMR stuff right there. Dude, I'll just play some Danaher stuff, and next 10 minutes I'm like snoring.
That's real.
It speaks in a
That's
very
awesome.
monotonous, like voice like that.
That's amazing answer. Good. Okay. So nickname your parents used to call you. If it's no, it's no.
तेरो पेरेन्ट्सले तँलाई के नामले बोलाउँथ्यो अरे?
Roge.
Sanu.
What does that mean?
Little one, dude.
Little one. That's cool, man. All right.
Even though I'm the like eldest in the family.
Yeah.
they still
You're
call
just the little one.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So competition walkout or hype up song?
hype up sound.
Yeah, like for example, if I was listening to music, or if I was gonna walk out to a song, let's say I was doing like a no-gi super fight or a gi super fight, what's the song that you would choose to play?
Bro, dude, I'm not even kidding, man. You guys need to check this out. We just dropped this one music video, bro.
I saw that. Yeah. It's
been,
awesome.
Like, killing it in Nepal, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably that song, man.
That song.
If you could have the chance, you can play that stuff.
We'll have to link it in the caption. Yeah.
It's called Ladaku, Ladaku, and it means fighter in Nepalese.
That's awesome. So that's your hype song.
Yeah, we teamed up with this like proper gangster rapper, bro. He comes from the hood of Nepal.
Yeah.
And all rappers are fake stuff, bro. This guy, man, his name is Professor Tricks. Bro, this guy, man, he came in one day. He's like, I got a song for you guys. So we turned it into an anthem for NWC. and his music video and everything. Yeah, man, that song's catching up a lot back home. So
It's got like 150,000 views. I think it's only been out for a few days. Yeah.
So
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
okay, let's do this. So Ladaku, bro, all the way.
Yeah. Okay. Day class or night class?
Day class, bro.
Day class.
Dinma class ki rati class.
Morning, evening.
Morning,
Yeah,
evening.
me too actually. But if
Yeah.
I'm in Bangkok, I love the night class, bro.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like in Nepal, since everything shuts kind of early, relatively early, let's just finish it up.
All right, fair enough. Place you want to train the most? It could be jiu-jitsu, it could be MMA, anything. Anywhere in the world.
I want to train the most. I don't know why, man. I've always had this weird thing about Japan, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. People think they're always in Nepal. Everybody wants to go to America or the western side of the world. Like, you know, our Nepalese country is such, like all the youth, everybody, there's this thing happening called brain drain, right? All the good ones, like who can help the country move forward, are all going outside and becoming assets to other countries. That's a big thing in Nepal, bro. You need to understand where we come from. Most people, they like once you hit college level, like you do your college, there are not much opportunities in Nepal, like work and stuff. And everybody wants to earn in dollars and euros. So, and we as Nepalese people, we're like the Mexicans of Asia types, you know. We'll go build your stadium.
Yeah.
We'll go to Qatar, you know, we'll build your stadium, son. Like, we'll die in the process, but we'll go.
Yeah.
You know the whole stadium thing that was happening, right? 50% of them were from Nepal, bro.
All right, okay.
In Qatar, all that political stuff, like
Wow.
like workers dying and stuff under inhumane like stuff. So that's just a small image of what really goes down. Like even this guy, he was about to go to one of those stadium building projects.
Seriously?
Yeah. So that's where we met. I was
All
like,
right.
what stadium, bro? You gotta do MMA. Like,
Yeah.
forget the stadium.
Yeah.
Like, so, to Bahrain, he was down to go. He lost all hope, man, as
Yeah.
a fighter. He's like, this fighting life is not for me. I'll go to what I'm doing best.
Yeah.
Like, go to that forsaken like conditions. That's where he came into the gym half-heartedly, and that's where we met. And that's where we convinced each other that this is the path we gotta take, you know, and run with it with all our soul, all our mind and heart. So yeah. So for me, Japan, man, I don't know why, bro. I love Japan, the Japanese culture. I love the Japanese food and everything, man. Even though I don't speak much at all. I mean, always with the East, bro. That's it. That's I don't know where in Japan, but yeah, in Japan somewhere.
That's awesome. How about him? How about Rabindra?
मलाई संसारमा कहाँ चाहिँ सबैभन्दा ट्रेन गर्नु मन छ अरे एउटा ठाउँमा संसारभरि जहाँ भए पनि
ट्रेन
त्यहाँ भन्न जहाँ भए पनि
कहाँ भन्नु रसियन गाइस रेस्लिङ
He says Russia, train with Russians, get some wrestling down.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
So yeah, we were planning on meeting like Sergey. He hooked us up with this Russian coach in Pattaya too.
Yeah.
So we'll probably his wish will come true. Train with some Russians.
So you guys will check out Fairtex then.
Yeah,
go check out the Russian wrestler as well. That'd be good, yeah. All right. Favorite food?
Favorite food. Your favorite food, kyo?
नेपाली फुड दाल भात
Please, bro.
Yeah.
This guy was kind of throwing shade on Thai food earlier, bro. He was like, why is everything sweet and stuff? I was like, dude, you better watch your tone, man.
Yeah. They do put sugar on a lot of shit though here. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Like, bro, like, what's this? Everything's sweet up here. I'm like, yeah. For me, I like sushi, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Sushi.
All right. Okay.
I like Indian food too. Butter chicken, roti. Yeah, these two basic stuff.
So favorite jiu-jitsu brand?
Brand like as in apparel?
Yeah, apparel. Yeah, it could be any. Could be a gi brand. It could be like maybe like an MMA brand that you really love.
I mean, like besides BJJ Asia, Dude, I like this. My brother, he got me from actually my friend, not my brother, like a friend of mine, sent me down some stuff of half sumo. I don't. That's
I'll have to hook you up with Jason today. Have you spoken to Jason yet? The American. So
he was at the gym, right?
he was at the gym. American guy, yeah.
He was at the podcast too.
Yep, we did a podcast together.
Check. What's his?
Jason Holacek, yeah.
Holacek,
Yeah. He's going to be the official supplier for half sumo in Thailand.
Oh, right,
I'm gonna have to.
With him too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he was good, man.
Yeah. He actually asked me desperately to hook you guys up. So
yeah, I introduced myself, but I don't know if you remember. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I love half sumo.
Yeah.
I love like whatever their style. I really mess.
Pretty funky stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna bring the stuff here. So
All right, Jason, please, bro, like hook us up, bro. Like,
how about Rabindra? What's his favorite jiu-jitsu brand?
brand it is. जुन पनि MMA Jiu-Jitsu को
MMA Jiu-Jitsu
कुन चाहिँ brand चाहिँ मन पर्छ तँलाई?
ब्रान्डै थाहा छैन
He says he doesn't care.
And I
He
just-
doesn't know any brand. Like, give me anything, dude. Like,
Yeah. All right. Okay. Favorite submission.
तेरो favorite submission कुन चाहिँ हो है?
RNC
RNC.
Me, bro. Oh man, there's lately I've been trying to work a lot on like Kimura stuff.
Kimura stuff.
Yeah, anything from all position and even Kimura counters and stuff. Like, yeah, bro. Like Kimura, I would say lately.
Yeah.
Lately, yeah.
Lately is Kimura. Okay, no problem. So, obviously, Rabindra, he's not ranked in jiu-jitsu belts or anything like that, right?
No.
Right. Okay. So, I added this extra question, and I wanted to ask. I actually wanted to ask Rafael this last weekend when, the idea came when I was interviewing him. What is it? It's kind of a loaded question, I suppose. But what does a black belt mean to you?
Like in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah. Like in terms of, as a purple belt right now, what do you think a black belt means to you? If you get one, or if you see someone with a black
That's
belt?
my life goal, to be honest. To be Nepal. Bro, okay. I won't be Nepal's first jiu-jitsu black belt.
You don't think so?
No, there is one already.
Oh, is there?
Bro, dude, this journey has like introduced me to so many crazy people in life, bro. So this guy, let me just quickly give a shout out to this guy, alright? His name is Narayan Pariyar. He's a Nepalese guy. Like, I know his story. He just one day he hit me up. I don't know, he saw our stuff online somehow. I get a phone call from this guy, random guy. I just answer it. Even before going down his history, he introduces himself like, bro, he lives in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
He's a black belt, Nepalese guy. He stays there in a working visa.
Mm.
He's one of the head coaches of like Team Nogueira gym there.
Holy shit.
Black belt, legit, bro. Like, the first photo I saw of him was with Hamzat Chimaev training, bro. I'm like, where were you, bro?
Yeah.
Like, when I needed a role model, like, where were you? Like, you know, I'm just jokingly said that. And he is Nepal's first black belt. And we are in constant contact. Like, he knows Rabindra too, his story too. And we're very in contact these days. So hopefully he said like one day he'll get us down there to Dubai to train at his gym.
Yeah.
Bro, he showed me his facility, Team Nogueira, Dubai. Bro, it's like crazy. It didn't stop. He kept on walking, bro. Like, there was like a jiu-jitsu section, boxing, MMA, CrossFit, weightlifting, recovery. Like, it kept on going. Like, it was like a airport hangar, you know? I was like, that's like next level state-of-the-art facilities they got down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, black belt. Going back to your question, that's always been my first goal. I know I need to put in a lot of time in the gi to reach that place, and right now that's been on hold right now. Like, my gi progression is very slow right now. But yeah, when I see a black belt, first thing that comes to my head is like, this person has dedicated a lot of time and soul and tears and sweat into this craft. Just the color of the belt signifies that, right? So nothing but respect and just motivation, bro. Even when I'm rolling with a black belt, even if I survive for one round, dude, that's a win in my head. I'm like, bro, You know, so even if he's breathing hard, I'm like, okay, I got you to breathe hard. So slowly, one step at a time. One day I'll get there, and till then I'll just keep my head in the sand and keep training, trying to stay injury free, trying to keep roll every day, no days off. And one day, knock on wood, I'll get there, and probably I'll have a better answer there when I do reach that spot.
All right. So in terms of future plans right now, the immediate plan is to get Rabindra into one, get the lay of the land, see what level he's at right now on an Asian level, and then maybe go international from there. Apart from that, the other plans are, well, growing lock and roll, obviously, growing the MMA scene in Nepal and the Jiu-Jitsu scene as well. Anything else?
Just look good, sound good while doing it, you know, bro. Like, there has to be some style points, I feel.
100%.
Bro, like, or else why should people care about you? Like, I don't know how to put this without sounding too like out of the way, you know. MMA, this and that, but I really emphasize on. I always try and coach this guy a little bit media training too, like, you know.
Need that a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, he's done a fantastic job when he's needed to do. It's just like he has some English language barrier, but if he's asked to speak in Nepali or in Hindi or any these local languages, I was shocked when he was like brought on to a bunch of Nepali local podcasts like yourselves trying to advertise him, and he did a fantastic job. So, but at the same time, I always tell him we gotta look good, you know, sound good while doing it too, not just, or else why should they care about us? And yeah, trying to build like merch stuff too, like t-shirts, and I really love those stuff, like how BJJ Asia does. Like now, slowly our next stuff is trying to get rash guards and shorts and stuff, and spend my time just with MMA for the next 10 years, I feel. Just give my heart and soul, you know. And wherever the path leads us, we just want to be ready for the opportunity whenever it strikes.
So what, in terms of future plans for Rabindra, what's his future plans?
तेरो future plan के छ अरे तेरो दिमागमा भन्न म ट्रान्सलेट गरिदिन्छु.
फ्युचर प्लान अब त्यही हो, फाइट खेल्ने वानमा
बुझाएर भन्न.
वानमा टप लेभलमा पुग्न पाऊँ, त्यही हो.
Yeah, he just says just one plan, just trying to get to one.
Just get to one, and then from there, go from there.
Yeah, thanks with Andrew and your support, like everybody, I feel confident going into meeting people from one, training with people, because I know for a fact, like, we have some sort of a support system here. It's not like we have come blind, forsaken types. And even if we don't land where we want to, we just keep training, you know. No worries. We'll be back, like, again, more prepared.
Yep.
You know, he's just 23. Like, we have a 10-year plan.
Yep.
So it's all right. Like, I've told him, like, we have a 10-year plan. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
It's not a sprint. Just be, you know,
just be ready,
just
basically.
Be ready, you know, no. And this guy, bro, he doesn't even drink caffeine, let alone all the party stuff, all these distractions, nothing, bro, nothing. I gotta tell him sometimes to, like, calm down a little bit. Like, you know, like, don't overtrain this and that. Like, me as a coach, I'm more worried about him overtraining, getting injured, you know, stupid injuries, which no need to have those injuries. Like, he's a professional. Sometimes I need to, like, twist his ear a little bit and tell him, like, yo, you gotta train like a professional, like, recover like a professional.
Yeah.
Even though he's training with a bunch of amateurs, you gotta put in extra work. Like, you cannot be with these guys. These guys are trying to come up to your level. Like, he's a role model for guys back home, bro. Like, people look up to him. He's a man of very little words, like, little word. He doesn't speak much, but he lets his action do a lot of speaking. Well, I'm like his hype man types. Like, dude, I'm like Undertaker and that Fall Bearer type. Like, I come in with the urn, you know, thing, like, and yeah, that's about it.
So, last question: who would you like to thank?
Thank?
Yeah.
Gonna take a second to think properly.
Yeah.
Who? अहिलेसम्म तेरो जर्नीमा who do you like to thank भनेर कसलाई चाहिँ थ्याङ्क यू भन्नु छ के भन्न म सोध्छु. Okay, I'll go. Oh, he's thanking me, dude. Like, what the hell, dude? Good. Bana. Hey, just me, dude. Nobody else. Holy shit, dude. That's so
यहाँ पुग्नुमा पुरै हात छ
he says he thanks me, dude. I'll take it. But for me, bro, like yeah, when he says me, I'm like, it's the same thing when I thank people.
Yeah.
I'll probably speak for both of us. I have a long list, actually. I must go through it. First things first, I gotta thank that dude who showed me jiu-jitsu first, man. Rama. He lives in Germany right now. He's doing his jiu-jitsu, so we are not in touch anymore. I'm not even sure if he'll watch this. If he was not there, if he didn't come to the hospital when I'd broken my arm and told me, like, carefree, you just come and learn, I wouldn't probably be here. It's like a domino effect started from their lives. So yeah, Rama, right there. And then, well, like, I don't know. Some people say I thank my family, this and that. Dude. I don't think I would thank my family. Because beside my uncle.
Yeah.
Beside my uncle. He was the main reason I came to Thailand. But all the while, my rest of my family, they were not buying into it. This, like, what is this guy doing? Like rolling around with people, dude. Like, what was this happening? Guys, like, and like, I didn't even waste energy trying to explain them, you know. They wanted me to get a 9-to-5 job, you know. And I was like, I'll go crazy, dude. Like, I'll probably kill myself. I'm not trying to make a joke about this, but it was serious back then. I'm like, dude, this is not me, please. And a basic Asian household, like, you know. But then my uncle said, like, hey, yo, bro, you got like one life. My mom's younger brother, his name is Sonam Lama. He told me, you got one life. You gotta move out of here, man, or else you get sucked into this whole rat race in Nepal. And I was like, yeah. Then he said, you should just go to Thailand, bro. Like I said, like my finances are not even straight, right? He said, don't worry, buddy, I got you while you can. While I can, I got you. Then that's what, because of him and solely him, I moved to Thailand. Then that domino effect came into Arade and everybody. I wouldn't be here, or I wouldn't be doing what I do if it wasn't for the entire Arade team. I don't want to take anybody's name specific. Anybody who's attached to the name Arade, even starting from Kari-san, you know, like right from the lady who's at the desk.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody, man. I felt like I fit right into a team and I felt like home, bro. Like I didn't have to think about trying to break any walls or barriers. I was like, right, there was a gate open for me as the day one I came in, you know. And even Mitsu, right, to get my gi fundamentals straight every day. I was in the gym for like 2 years, twice a day, every day. And that was a hell of a journey for me because the same thing I go and I copy paste the same attitude back home in our gym. Strictly focus on fundamentals, right? Let's get our fundamentals sharp of grappling at least. That's more catered towards MMA right now, like more of the technical stand-up, how to get up, like using the wall, how to get up, pushing their head down, you know, like all the just get up styles, all that stuff. And yeah, scrimmage wrestling, all those things, butterfly hooks, just basic stuff. And thankfully, recently we have like a whole bunch of traveling jiu-jitsu enthusiasts to come in. A bunch of Finnish black belts have come in. Like European guys, they just come in the gym and I let them, like when they're like higher belt than me, let's say brown belt, and they are more than happy to run the class for as long as they are there. And I learn from them. And when they leave, we work on the same stuff. And when I went back, dude, like the last year, right? Last August when I was here, you were taking the classes, right? You showed us that snap down to that anaconda setup.
Yeah.
With that, what do you call that? Gable? No. That Schultz grip.
Schultz grip,
Grip, dude, everybody does that in the gym, dude. Like, you come to the gym, bro, everyone's throwing that Schultz grip.
Shit. I think I did that in front. I think I choked out Zaya when I did that. Actually, yeah.
Dude, Zaya was like upside down, dude.
I think Cowrie filmed that as well. Crap. Yeah.
Dude, that was like
Shout out to Zaya.
That was good. I was right there. I was like, oh, this works. Don't resist that choke. So yeah, just basic stuff when I learn. And I watch a lot of videos and tutorials and stuff while I can. And yeah, bro, that's the
Endlessly being a student, man.
yeah. I love studying and making notes, mental notes. Basically, yeah, I love coaching, bro. That's what gets me up these days in the morning. Like, I understand it's not about me anymore. If these fighters are giving 100%, I gotta give 1,000% and level up so that I've done my diligence when I step on the mat. And when I'm doing something wrong, I'm like humble enough to say, hey, I messed up. Let's do this way. And yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, those basic stuff, bro. Like,
that's a good point. Let's close it. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a few questions for you if it's okay.
A few questions for me. Shit. Oh God, it's never happened.
Is that okay? Is that
all right? Yeah, sure. Go for it, man.
Are we still on? Or?
Yeah. We're still on, right? Yeah.
What's your goal, man, as a coach, bro? Like going forward, because I look at you as a mentor, man.
No.
Like I don't think I've ever told you that upfront, but might as well right now. Like, I follow your stories and whatever you teach, like your style. I really like your style as a coach. What's your deal, man? Where you headed as a coach?
Where am I headed? Well, man, Andrew had to go take care of some stuff. So
sorry,
Andrew had to go take.
Oh yeah.
Our head coach is Andrew McDonald. He's the head coach of Rete.
I love Andrew, dude.
What I learned from Andrew is, man, like, you've got to love this shit. Number one. Number two, like, it's not about you, it's about the other people, right? So you put people first whenever you're training. It's the same when you're coaching as well, people first. If you find good students, you give everything you can to them. It was the same when I was teaching CrossFit in Myanmar as well. I found a couple of kids, they used to be taxi drivers.
Mm-hmm.
They used to come from nothing. And if they're receptive, give them everything you can. Put them first. And and then the results will follow, basically. Sometimes you put the time in the people you shouldn't, but at the same time, as long as you give your 100% to someone, I think you can't go wrong, basically.
Yeah, bro, Andrew is the man. Like, when everyone asks me, who's your coach, I say Andrew.
Yeah.
Like, Andrew who's helped me drastically go from basic level to a little more intermediate level. Like, I think over time, man, I used to come and drill with Andrew and, Rodrigo, right?
Yeah.
I used to get like one-on-one time with them, like, PT types. I used to come in the afternoon class with Andrew and Rodrigo, just be there, like just go through the motion every day, almost every day. So yeah, big help to Andrew, like help stuff. And what about like your congrats on the podcast and BJJ Asia podcast? Like, I watch clips and stuff, interesting stuff, and the studio is like crazy good, bro. Like,
that's modal, man. Taka's got a vision.
Right?
Yeah,
what does modal mean, Taka?
He doesn't know.
I thought it was some Greek word.
Yeah, me too. I thought so too. Yeah.
Oh,
an English word.
The water types.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice, man. And I feel like, what's the direction of BJJ Asia, man? I feel like it's helped a lot of Asian Jiu-Jitsu community come together.
For me, I just wanted to share information, try and bring the community closer together, whether that's anywhere in Southeast Asia. It can be China as well. It could be Japan as well. I've met some interesting people through this. I've done a few cool articles through this as well. If I find something interesting, I want to write about it. If I meet someone interesting, I want to talk to them. So basically for me, I felt like with BJJ Asia, I wasn't doing enough and I wanted to do something different. And for me, it was like, I want to sit down and have a conversation. When Jack came with his wife to Thailand, he was looking for maybe a little bit of a teaching gig or a coaching gig at Arete. Of course, my mother's Scottish, and she lived in Glasgow, and I met him, and we did like a 20-minute interview together. I kind of loved it. I like having conversations with people, getting to know people, so it kind of just progressed from there.
I've seen that
yeah.
episode.
Yeah. He
backside 50-50.
You hear that, Jack?
No, because that's funny. Because one Scottish guy, he came, Ryan. he came into a young guy, the 21, right? He came into our gym, and he was Scottish, and somehow like we started checking our Instagram, and he knew Jack, and through like they were training partners back at wherever they are from, I think Edinburgh or something. Like that.
It's Glasgow.
Yeah, Glasgow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I like started looking into Jack Brown and stuff too. Then I told him like about you too.
Yeah.
So whenever my friend visits, he definitely come into Arade.
Yeah, Jack was a star. I just wanted to give him a shout out because he did a lot for Arete, you know? Like, because like, you remember what Arete used to be like? It was one no-gi class a week, right?
Yeah.
Now we got 4 no-gi classes a week, and we're about to expand it even more, yeah. I love no-gi. I love teaching no-gi as well. I love teaching the basics and the fundamentals of gi to white belts and make them falling out in love with jiu-jitsu. But if you ask me if I wanted to watch like a warm guard instructional or watch something that Danaher's teaching, Danaher all day. It's just interesting. It's innovative as well, right? Yeah.
And as a coach, how do you balance no-gi and gi? Does it not hamper one?
Yeah, it does. 100%, yeah. It really depends on what your goals are and what your own personal goals are in terms of growth as well. I mean, if you're a coach, you got to be constantly learning and growing as well, right? So I think, okay, how can I be more effective as a coach? Where do I want to excel at? Or where do I want to try and excel at? And how do I want to put that information out? Now, for me, my goal was growing the no-gi program at Rete. One of the goals. I feel like we're doing that now. We're like certain open mats is just everyone just doing no-gi the whole time now, which is great. But if I want to excel at one area, I feel like I can't do 50-50. 50-50. It's just going to have to be, it's going to have to be like 80-20. I'm going to have to put more energy into one area. And for me right now, it's no-gi. Yeah.
So Arate is also adapting with the
times, man. Like, I mean, that's where the money's going as well, right? Yeah. And Jason's like a collegiate level wrestler as well. After Jack left, I needed to like kind of concentrate on the night classes. So that means like the main event gi and the no gi classes. So I said to Jason, look, do you mind if you take over the no gi afternoon classes? And he's got collegiate level wrestling, and his grandfather used to be a coach as well. So it's like, it's perfect, right? And on top of that, he's really passionate, and he's got that dog in him as well. Yeah. So, yeah. And he's got half sumo as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, Jason, please, bro. And what's your favorite submission?
My favorite?
Gi and no-gi.
Gi and no-gi. Shit, man. Good question. For the gi, I really like doing nasty shit to people. So I think a canto choke. So like you could grab the collar and then you throw the leg over the head. Yeah, it's nasty. Yeah. For submission,
I think you do that when you don't like somebody.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It feels satisfying after you do that to someone you hate. So but I think there's nothing more satisfying than a rear naked choke, bro. Yeah, exactly. Nothing more satisfying than that, or a guillotine. But RNC, I'd say, because you get the back, you have total control. Slowly but surely, that's it. Good night, basically.
And for no-gi too, same.
Yep, same for no-gi, yeah.
That's really interesting. And what do you think, like, for MMA direction, like jiu-jitsu for MMA as a coach, what do you think you gotta hustle up besides wrestling? Yeah, wrestling, obviously, right?
I would say
from a grappling standpoint.
And from a grappling standpoint, I think the innovation, what you're seeing right now is a hybridization of folk style wrestling with jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't know the level of the Senegalese guys, but you saw the Buchecha match, right?
Bro, I saw it live, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you saw him spin out blood, everything.
Oh, that was crazy.
Did you notice when Buchecha got him down, put him down, and had top position, he couldn't maintain top position, right?
He just got up and slipped over twice. I thought, okay, we're done now. It's going home. But no, dude.
But then when you see guys like Craig Jones and what B Team are doing, what New Wave are doing, they're putting a lot more emphasis on how to get to top position and how to maintain top position. And that's what all the Dagestani guys are amazing at doing against the cage or on the ground, right? That's where you have to get better at, maintaining top position and learning how to like be better at wrestling, I think.
Because I think sometimes our jiu-jitsu attitude is like, I'll just take bottom position.
Well, yeah, but like when you listen to Danaher, for example, you have the biggest flaws in jiu-jitsu. One was leg locks, right? One was takedowns, one was leg locks. And that was number 3 was your ability to impose top position. And then you just, no criticism of Buchecha because he's He's one of the greatest of all time. But at the same time, when you see him in an MMA context, he's been so used to gi competition. When he got top position, like like there's a gentleman's agreement when you do when you're rolling, slap and bump. One person's on the ground, one person's on top, right? What if I just stand up? You know what I mean? That gentleman agreement's gone. So that means you've got now not only do you have to worry about a guy playing guard, you have to worry about a guy playing top position or standing up as well. So I think that's the biggest area that I've been putting a lot more emphasis on my own jiu-jitsu training is my ability to maintain that top position. And I think that's what's going to be important in the future as well. Yeah.
Right. And but that bushasha, I loved it when for 10 seconds they were like standing and banging. Did you see that
at the end.
Boom, like screw grappling. Let's just fist fight.
Man, all the head trauma, man. All the head trauma.
Bro, that fight was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like right there. I was like, these two heavyweights, because I'd never seen heavyweight MMA before in my life. I've seen MMA live, but heavyweights, different beast. Saw Herb Dean there. I was like, bro, that's God right there, right? Sir, I was shouting, Herb! Like, Herb's not giving any 2 cents, bro. Like, Herb doesn't care, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that, there was, the previous night too, I went to watch the Friday night as well, and the Saturday morning as well. There was a heavyweight MMA Friday night too. There was a Russian versus an American guy, dude. For 3 minutes, for 3 rounds, the Russian guy was getting beaten up, bro. Like, he was going for just leg locks after leg locks, and this American dude just pounding him from top. I was like, oh shit, bro. Like, and his face already changed. The Russian guy's face all swollen up from just like hammer fist, hammer from top. He's still going for the heel hook, but he got the inside heel hook, and he can't finish for some reason. But last 30 seconds, he got the knee bar, dude.
Yeah.
The Russian guy. I was like, oh my God, you will get the leg lock, but at what cost?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
At the time, your face was already gone. Like who won? You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy, bro. It was a huge experience for us to watch live stuff. Like, even see Mikey and stuff. Like, even the Rutolo brothers. Like, that was, I never thought I'd see them live.
Yeah, one's doing something special, man.
But that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Heavy experience. I loved every second of it, man. We were kind of humbled to see it at that level of production. And we just hope and are inspired to someday like reach at that level domestically or regionally also and bring more athletes. We got to meet one of the main Nepalese fighters, who is half Nepalese actually, is these Suba brothers, bro. I don't know if you've heard of them. Gianni Suba and Kianu Suba. They're one athletes, both of them.
Right.
They're both in one. But they represent Malaysia though. So one is Achilles' like commentary partner in Friday night. The Achilles was commentator with the other guy. That guy is like Nepalese too. His parents were in the British Army. So they migrated to Brunei or Malaysia, some of these places. So we got to meet him too. So we had spoken over text and stuff. And because he's our role model, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he waves the Nepalese flag in the one cage. He fought like everybody, bro. Everyone, all the top fighters he fought in one. But he's a really good speaker. Both brothers are, like Kianu and Gianni. Now they're slowly transitioning into like commentary and, you know, and stuff later part of the career. And it's super nice to see like a Nepalese guy like being a commentator in one. That's like whoa, we want to get there too someday. And we had the chance to meet him, and we were kind of shocked he knew who he was. Like, he was like, yo, what are you guys doing here? And I'm like, bro, we came to see you, man. Like, he's saying like someday you guys will be here, you know. I was like, no, joking, bro. Just to hear from somebody who's been there, done that, just say that it goes a long way for motivation, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Then even the first day we came here, we were like, let's go see some fights, son. Like,
that's cool, man.
Last one, bro. Like, B team or
me?
New wave? What camp? What cult you wanna?
To be honest, man, like I'm balls deep in Danaher. Like in terms of instructionals, I mean, some people say he's verbose and he talks a little bit too much. For me personally, every little detail that he ever puts out is like a nugget of gold. And every time I've gone through like one of his instructionals, I've gotten so much better in a position. Like if you check out his 4x4 system in the mount, if I get into the mount, like I can keep the mount now. I used to fucking hate the mount position because I just didn't understand it whatsoever. But if your mount gets good, your closed guard gets good as well. That's what you realize, because closed guard is basically reverse mount, right?
I see.
And if you can get one arm over above the line of the shoulder, one elbow above the line of the shoulder, that's it. I'll fucking smother you. That's why I enjoy it as well. And you get to torture the white belts as well.
Bro, that's smother jokes, bro. Like,
it's just fun.
Fun. Yeah, man. But Danner is the man, dude.
He's the man, yeah. I mean,
he's the man.
First couple of hours of the instructional, yeah, it's a lot to get through, and there's a lot of information to take in. But at the same time, once you get into like the meat of the instructional, like honestly, like the knowledge is incredible. It's mind blowing, you know.
There was this one instruction somehow my friend gave it to me. It was Gary Tonon's. Like he gets submission from every position. I don't know. I forgot the name of the.
Yeah.
I can send you the thing. He's showing, like he's chaining some certain positions. Where from every position he gets entry into a submission, like dominant. That one was pretty helpful because even though I don't write it down, like it's in my memory, I've seen it. Okay, go here, go there. Yeah. If he does that, take the calf slicer. If he doesn't, take the back. Like that one's good. I like Gary Tonon's style, bro. Like
it's very like. Yeah. Well, what I love about him is he can go from a defensive cycle to like he can go from a defensive cycle to an offensive cycle, and that's what Danaher presses as well, right? Once I've gotten out of a bad position, I should already be thinking about going into an offensive cycle, which I really like the mentality of.
But like I saw the fight, Gary Tonon's recent fight. Did you see
that knee bar,
bro? That he was fighting a crazy guy. He was getting like knee to his skull, dude. Like just from 0 to 100, get that knee bar. That was insane.
Yeah. Guy's trying to keep stoic, and then he just screams out in pain. It was awesome.
Yeah. Like, I was like, hey, leg locks work, son. Don't say don't. But it's funny, like whenever someone talks like shit about leg locks, they always end up. Yeah. It's like karma's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's actually funny because Danaher mentioned this in a podcast. He was talking about how like Marcelo didn't believe in certain submissions.
Kimura and stuff.
Yeah, Kimura and stuff like that. Kimura, I think it was like the Darce choke, for example.
Like big man moves.
Yeah, like big man moves. But then in every time he's lost by submission in high level competition, it's the ones that he doesn't believe in. Like Katakatame by I think it was Braulio, and then the Kimura by who was it, Jacare, for example. But yeah, like you said, I think everything's applicable.
Yep. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, man. So how much do you watch MMA, bro?
Yeah,
or
dude.
Just full jiu-jitsu?
I like watching certain jiu-jitsu competitions. If it's IBJJF, if I see the video on YouTube and it's longer than 10 minutes, I won't bother because I know it's going to go to like points or referee's decision. I like watching instructionals, but at the same time, rolling's really important. I mean, even I'd say if you're going to assess yourself or assess your athletes, for example, you should be filming how they do, and you'll see the biggest holes in what areas they need to fix, right? And but yeah, I'd say MMA, if it's a really big event like the one with Gagey recently, I wanted to go watch that. Here it's in the morning, so I go to a British pub, have my British fry up, and watch the matches.
That's crazy.
Good shit, man.
And any last words for me as a coach? You feel as a young coach who has no direction, like where you're going. Any 2 words for me to hold on to, and for the next 1 year until?
Personally, I think you're going in the right direction, and you're in the right place at the right time to be a pioneer. As long as you always put your fighters first, and just look at what the larger goal is, I think you'll go in the right direction, and we'll do whatever we can to support you.
Man, I really appreciate you for having us here, man. This is like, we don't take it for granted, man. We might look like we are, but deep down we're humbled by your hospitality and the way you guys all go out of the way to help us out, man. Just with the right support system, I feel this guy can go to places where I could not ever go. So he's got the mindset, and yeah, it's all about him. I've noticed that. And thanks, guys, for having us, man.
Problem. Good luck for the next month, man.
T-shirt too, bro.
Dude, like, these are my favorite. Like, bro, seriously. Rock and roll, bro. Yeah, got another 2. I've got one for a Japanese lady that really wants one, so I'll give it to her as well.
Lady, please rock it.
Lock and roll.
Imagine I'm in Japan, I see that lady wearing that. I'll be like, hey, oh, lady.
All right, thanks very much, guys.
Thank you. We'll do it next time, man.